As the end of the Cold War drew near in the late 80s, world attention on injustices everywhere, regardless of ideology, increased. And with the whole of Africa virtually liberated except South Africa, the spotlight remained on the incarcerated anti-apartheid revolutionaries led by Nelson Mandela. By 1988, the whole world viewed Mandela as a prisoner of conscience, and that year even with Margaret Thatcher, who hated him like the plague, still serving as Prime Minister. A Mandela tribute concert held in Wembley Stadium, London, to mark his 70th birthday was watched by over 200 million people worldwide. In 1990, Prime Minister de Klerk took over from the avowed racist Pik Potha, and for the first time Mandela's photos were released. The world saw the elderly Mandela, and soon his face became easily the most recognizable in the world. Finally, Mandela had a new face to replace the faded old youthful pictures. On February 11, 1990, Mandela walked out of prison, hand in hand with Winnie, giving the famous Amandla salute as more than half of the whole world watched his historic moment on TV. After leaving prison, there was no rest. The whole world wanted Mandela, and he visited many countries, meeting all the world leaders of the day, including Pope John Paul II, George Bush, Fidel Castro, Francois Mitterrand, and many African leaders. In 1994, Nelson Mandela won the election to become the first universally elected South African president and the first black man to hold the office. The same year, he published his autobiography, Long Walk to Freedom. From that time, the icon of racial equality struggle transformed into the symbol of reconciliation. From then on until the end of his life, Mandela, who ruled for one term and left office in 1999, attained the stature of a secular saint, a near-perfect person in non-religious terms. Many world leaders visited South Africa. He met with outstanding personalities, including Queen Elizabeth, Michael Jackson, George Bush Sr., Whoopi Goldberg, Spice Girls, Muammar Gaddafi, among others. But to every rule is an exception. As all world leaders loved Mandela, Nigerian dictator General Sani Abacha snubbed him over his pleas not to kill environmentalist Ken Saro-Wiwa. For his 80th birthday, Mandela went public over his affair with a woman from another country, Greca Machel of Mozambique. For his 90th birthday, London hosted an international concert for Mandela in Hyde Park. This time, Uganda's Born in Africa by Philly Lutaya was performed by Bebe Cool. Mandela concentrated on the campaign against HIV/AIDS on leaving the presidency, though his foundation with his own country having the highest prevalence of the disease up to now. In 2004, he declared he had retired, meaning that he was going totally private, but he continued receiving visitors until 2013 when he died. Although Mandela fought for the liberation of his country, he lived his last few 3 decades as the moral property of the whole world. It is difficult to envisage another individual attaining a greater image than Mandela in the foreseeable future.